everybody? Moondust here. Let's go over all the games happened on Friday night. Two games got canceled: Wizards, Milwaukee game, and Grizzlies and Portland game. I was saying earlier that all those games will be remade, every single one of them in the second half, and it looks like there is a possibility that not all the games gonna be remade. They're saying that they might just go by winning percentage. Just don't know this is what they're gonna do, and this is even fair for all the teams, right? The teams play fewer games. If they play out their games, they might lose and not make the playoff. They have a lower winning percentage. We just don't know what's gonna happen at this point. So since there's so much uncertainty, you want your players to just play now instead of missing games now and not playing later. It's a possibility at this moment. So what else can you do? You just gotta smile and just keep trying. The first game is the Chicago Bulls and Charlotte Hornets. Chicago got the win. Yeah, they're good this year. The Bulls are good this year. Let me check their standing. They're 7-8. That's good. That's close to 500, right? Their record right now is better than teams like Miami Heat's been missing a lot of key players, and they're better than the Toronto Raptors. Okay, and Lauri Markkanen, I'm starting to think that the way you play fantasy is that, if a good player underperform for a season or two, but then they got a new coach, feel like this, that player might just break out under a new coach. Same thing happened with a lot of players across the NBA this season. Lauri Markkanen, even Miles Turner, right? Guys like that, or guys on the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau obviously like to play heavy minutes, especially what he's been doing is really good for guys like, obviously Randle was getting high minutes, but good for guys like Mitchell Robinson, right? Same thing with Lauri Markkanen. The volume is there, 17 shots. He's taking some usage away from Zach LaVine, but that's fine. Zach LaVine's still gonna average 25, just not gonna average 30 points on most nights. 23 points. In fact, in terms of fantasy, Lauri Markkanen never really give you steals or blocks, so just give you some rebounding points and threes. Zach LaVine, huge game, efficient. That's why your guy is a fantasy stud. 8 for 12, 25 points, 9 assists, a steal and a block. Really, really scary things coming out of Zach LaVine this season. Top 20 player moving forward for sure. Kobe White, 6 for 15. 18 points is good enough. 8 assists is really nice, and 2 steals. That's the most encouraging thing to see if he owned Kobe White. He went out for a 10-game period where he did not get a single steal, and he's been averaging over one steal since. Thaddeus Young getting huge minutes, but you mainly get him for rebound and steals, and his minutes are inconsistent. And Daniel Gafford, you can stream him while Wendell Carter Jr. is out, whenever he comes back, but it doesn't look like it's a long. It will be a long absence. Otto Porter Jr., you can forget about him. Garrett Temple, you can stream him. This guy been getting such high minutes. On the Hornets side, they've been playing really well this season. Their record, they're 6-9, 6-9. But if they are in the playoff hunt, the LaMelo Ball's minutes is, for some nights, is gonna be inconsistent. Only 60 minutes here. It's really kind of the opposite of what I imagine. I imagine that LaMelo Ball is gonna, beginning of the season, he's gonna have low minutes, but his minutes gonna creep up slowly, and once the Charlotte are out of the playoff picture, he'll be free, getting 30 minutes every single night. But since Charlotte Hornets are playing pretty well at the moment, his minutes is really, I thought his minutes gonna be around 25 minutes once he got those 30 plus minutes for a few games, but the minutes are down again. So the coach at this point, he's a rookie, right? So doesn't really trust him that much. Still playing the Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier high minutes. Like I said earlier, they're sharing the 3 guard minutes. So on average, everybody should be getting 32 minutes, because 48 minutes, 96 minutes total at the 2 guard position, divided by 3, that's 32. But if Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier playing 38 minutes, that took 12 minutes away from LaMelo Ball, right? So we'll see what happens, but it's tough to. You still obviously hold LaMelo Ball. He's still a top 50, 60 player, getting in under 30 minutes. So you obviously hold on to him, but it's gonna be frustrating for the rest of the season. the minutes just not there. But when he plays, he's producing. Got you two steals. So really scary stuff. Gordon Hayward, yeah, not much to talk about. Gonna be a top 25 guy going forward, putting up huge stats this year. Just hope he can stay healthy. Yeah, that's the problem. And PJ Washington, decent game. Well, interesting to see when Cody Zeller comes back. PJ Washington might not play at the center that much. If he's blocked, it's gonna affect his block rate. He's being a huge block monster and getting you a lot of steals. The next game is the Rockets. Got the win over Detroit. Christian Wood is out. Hopefully, I think he's gonna be out for, ankle injuries. Rockets, they gotta play it safe. I don't know how he came back, played in the second half, the last game. Just take a week off, whatever. Just be healthy for the rest of the season, right? You don't want to rush back and get injured again. DeMarcus Cousins started 32 minutes. Yeah, you want to stream Cousins while Wood is out, but they played the Detroit, who's not a very good defensive team. Interesting, I don't know how he shot 2 for 16, because he only attempted 6 threes, so a lot of the shots are inside the paint. I imagine 15 rebounds, 7 assists is really strong. So Cousins getting 30 minutes, you still want to roster him for sure. Jason Tate is interesting. He give you those 3 steals and 3 blocks, and those defensive upset. You wanna just take a look at him, see what happens. Obviously, John Wall is out, so his minutes gonna be up and down. Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, think he's gonna get traded at some point. Eric Gordon, he's just giving you empty stats at the moment, 20 points and nothing else. I'm not too interested in him. Victor Oladipo, if you need points, yeah, sure, you can stream him. Victor Oladipo, he 3 games at Houston, he's been having huge usage, right? Took like 20 shots the first 2 games, only 16 shots here because he was struggling. I would try to trade him. I think with the return of John Wall and him wanting to go to Miami, right? I don't see him trying that hard, putting up huge stats. With John Wall coming back, he's not gonna average this many shot attempts, I don't think. Still block really strong. If you can trade him for like a top 35 player, top 40 player, you definitely do it. Sterling Brown played 25 minutes. No, but this Rockets team, it's pretty clear they're not going to make the playoffs this season. So with other than Christian Wood, I don't know. John Wall, I mean, he's going to sit out a lot of games, right? Once they're out of the playoff picture. So some guys on this lineup is going to benefit later on to the season. Just got to keep an eye on. I think Jason Tate going to get more wrong. Once PJ Tucker get traded, it's going to open up even more, right? Sterling Brown, other guys. On the Detroit side, Jeremy Grant struggled. Still go to 21 points, 2 blocks. Really scary stuff. Going to be a top 25 player. Blake Griffin have had a few nice games. Still, I mean, bad efficiency, 3 turnovers, but give you 10 rebounds. So as long as he's playing, you can stream him. But as soon as he get hurt, you just drop him, right? Because he's gonna come back. He's gonna miss 5 games, come back, play 6, and then get hurt again and miss back to backs, right? Mason Plumlee 20 minutes. I'm worried about his minutes. I don't know who is taking his minutes away. Oh, he had 6 fouls here, so don't not worry too much. But his minutes has been up and down. We'll see if what they're gonna do with him when Detroit is out of the playoff picture. Wayne Ellington, you can stream him for points because he's been playing 30 minutes. Delon Wright, yeah, stream him. Had a really nice game here, 3 steals and 6 rebounds, 18 points. Derrick Rose struggle. You still want to roster him if your team needs those points and assists. Derrick Rose is like a Dennis Schroeder. Maybe those 2 guys are pretty similar to be honest. The stat line. Maybe Derrick Rose gets more assists. But Derrick Rose minutes will never be higher. Like he will never play over 25 minutes. The next game is the Orlando Magic and the Pacers. Pacers got the win. They won by 2. Cole Anthony, high minutes. Still in the block. The upset is really he's getting the high minutes, but at this point he's not really getting those assist numbers. Where Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier got 9 each, right? Evan Fournier is strong. You must roster him if he's on the waiver wire. He give you points and threes. But on most nights he won't give you assists, and he's not a big defensive guy. So just meaning like he's a better version of Bogdanovic, right, on this team. Maybe not at the Jordan Clarkson level yet. He usually has lower efficiency, and very well he's a better free throw shooter than this for sure. And it's a pretty weird game. Vucevic attempted 30 shots. Oh boy, yeah, Vucevic is gonna be a number one guy. Soak up all the usage. 24 points, 12 rebounds. He's gonna be really strong. Vucevic going forward. Aaron Gordon, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He's been playing really well, and due to his low efficiency, his ranking is not up there yet. But the volume is there. Rebound, assist, steals, and blocks even. They're coming in decent enough points. And on the Pacers side, Miles Turner, I think he's gonna moving forward. He might just be a top 20 guy like he was a couple years back, right? Except he might be even better. He's having the best fantasy season. That's that's something to think about, right? Because they got a new coach. Just completely unlocked his potential, getting high minutes every single game. I don't know if that contributes to winning. He was a +8. 22 points, 9 rebounds, really scary stuff. 3 blocks. He's gonna average 3 blocks this season. Looks like, even though he broke his what did he break? Just only missed 1 game. That's just crazy. Sabonis, I would try to sell both Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon, and some of the Knicks guys. He's playing such high minutes at the moment. I don't. Miles Turner, you can't really trade him because he's like top 10 at the moment. You're not going to trade anybody less than a top 20 player, right? Unless someone is willing to do it. You really need those blocks. But Sabonis, if your team don't need rebound, I would absolutely try to trade Sabonis. Just try to get this equal value back. Like, he's a top 35 player. Just try to get a top 35 player. Same thing with Malcolm Brogdon. He's a top 20 player. You can get any top 20 player back from Malcolm Brogdon. You just do it. 23 points here is fine. I don't think he's gonna average like 23 points a game. He's gonna probably average around 20. Assist is really fine. I just don't think he steals. Right now he's averaging 7, 1.8. I think he's moving forward. He's gonna average 1 steals. Just watch. He got 0 here. Justin Holiday, no. TJ McConnell, very interestingly, got 31 minutes here, and Jeremy Lamb got 22 minutes. TJ McConnell, if he gets 30 minutes, you want to roster him. But most nights he's getting 20. Give you 5 assists and a steal. Doesn't really give you anything else. So if you know those two, you can roster him or stream him. Otherwise, it's tough. While Jeremy Lamb played 28 minutes, he's playing the role of TJ Warren. You can definitely roster this guy, looks like, for now, and see what happens. TJ Warren is going to come back eventually, but maybe that's 2 months down the road. We'll see. The next game, the Nets, the big 3. Wow, KD did not play. They lost to Cavs again in 3 days. It's kind of sad. Harden and Kyrie. Harden played 37. Yeah, Harden is he's gonna have the highest minutes out of the big 3, and he's not gonna miss any back-to-backs, right? He's still trying to fit in. The first 4 games, I've been watching Harden stat. He's gonna average more. He's gonna average less points. It looks like he might just average around 25 points. He's not gonna average 28, 27, maybe 25, 24 points. But his assist he's gonna average 10 assists this season. I feel like, unless something changes, right? They change their play. But Harden is their point guard. He's running the show, having the ball in his hands a lot. While Kyrie and KD's assist rate, I think, is gonna dip a bit. Right? KD's assist rate has been so high, and Kyrie this game he did get 5. But I just think a lot of the times it's just Harden, handling the ball, dishing out assists. Harden took only 14 shots here, right? I think he's gonna take like 16, 17, and he only went to free throw line 4 times. So he obviously impacts his fantasy. We'll just see. It's been few games, and they lost 2 games to a good defensive team. But for now, it's like KD and Kyrie. They're gonna be, their usage is not gonna suffer at all. Right, they're still gonna probably score the same number of points, if not more, but their assist rate is gonna drop, and Harden's assist rate is gonna go up, but his scoring is, maybe he's not in shape yet. We'll see. DeAndre Jordan, 25 minutes. He's not playing the high minutes that people are expecting him to. 26 minutes here, while Kyrie Irving is strong. 38 points. Right, last game with KD playing, went to triple overtime, but he also had like 30 points. Easily, so he's still gonna score a lot of points in an efficient manner, but it just assist rate is gonna go down a bit, but not by that much, maybe 1 or 2, but scoring is up. Nobody on the Nets are that interesting to talk about. Joe Harris, you can stream him for points, but Kyrie might miss tonight's game. It's a back-to-back, and KD's gonna play. On the Cavs side, Darius Garland came back. He's on the minutes restriction. Took 13 shots in 22 minutes. That's good to see. 3 assists. His minutes, once he get back to 30 minutes, he's gonna be a top 80 guy, 90 guy. Give me those guard stats. Colin Sexton in 29 minutes. Again, 25 minutes, 9 assists is really good to see. So Colin Sexton has been really, really strong this season. I would still try to sell high for this guy. He may not give you. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. He's gonna average 25 points this season moving forward. But it's just the other stats. He's not a big steal. His steal rate has been up. I think he's gonna average maybe 1.3. So decent steal, but the assist is as a point guard, his assist is not very high. Andre Drummond and Jerry Allen continues splitting the minutes. Andre Drummond 27 minutes. Still, like in 27 minutes, it just tell you how good Andre Drummond is in fantasy. 19 points, 16 rebounds, 4 steals, 4 assists, 2 steals and block. If someone on Drummond is panicking, you can try to trade him for a top 50, top 60 player. I think even in 28 minutes, if you don't care about his free throw, right? He's gonna give you huge rebound, huge defensive stats. So I still like Andre Drummond moving forward. Jerry Allen, on the other hand, I mean, he's still putting on good stats, 7 for 9, no blocks here. Yeah, it's frustrating for Allen. You went from the one situation playing behind DeAndre Jordan to playing behind Andre Drummond. So we'll see. Maybe he'll be afraid once they trade Andre Drummond to a playoff team that needs some depth at the center position. Just too many unknowns at this point. And Larry Nance Jr., you must sell him high. Love is coming back. This team, even with no Love, he got 31 minutes, even though he's been playing 35 plus. Once Love come back, he's going to play less than 25, right? Just try to sell this guy for a top 50 or 60 player. Just try. You just have to try. The next game is the Celtics, and wow, this game, both Joel Embiid and Jaylen Brown went off. I was saying Jaylen Brown's efficiency went down. He took 28 shots here. What is going on? Without Jason Tatum, so sell Jaylen Brown high. Where is Jaylen Brown this season? Let me take a look. His ranking, he's the 20th guy. Yeah. Try to trade him for Jeremy Grant, right? Trade him for Christian Wood. He's not gonna be a top 20 player. He's gonna be a top 40 player. He's been shooting 53% from the field this year. That's not gonna sustain. And his usage is gonna drop. I am pretty confident, man. He's averaging 1.4 steals. That's gonna also come down a bit. So I just don't think he's gonna put up. Jason Tatum missed half of the season, right? He missed like 6 games. It's gonna be like 10 plus games. So yeah, try to sell this guy for a top. Try trading him for Zach LaVine, right? He's not gonna be this good. And I doubt Zach LaVine is gonna do this trade. But just saying, he's not gonna be a top 20 guy moving forward. Marcus Smart really took 17 shots. Yeah, had a really good game. 7 assists, 2 steals, and 20 points. Interesting. Marcus Smart shot attempt has been up, but you don't really get this guy for points. You get this guy for defensive stats. Kemba took 16 shots in 20 minutes. Pretty good game. 19 points, 3 steal, 5. He's gonna average around 20 points, 5 assists, a steal, but everything else he doesn't really give you much. But he should be a top 50 guy, top 40 guy moving forward. Kemba Walker is strong. You just have to see, right? Jason Tatum is not back yet. He should be the number 1 usage guy on this team. So it's gonna be like a 3-way split, the usage split between those 3 guys mainly. And on the Sixers side, Joel Embiid, yeah, I would try to sell high on Joel Embiid. When I say try to sell high, try to trade a guy for like who's being like I would trade him for James Harden. I would trade him for I wouldn't even trade him for Kyrie Irving, to be honest. Kyrie Irving right now is a number 2 guy. I wouldn't trade him. I think he might, on a per game basis, he might just be better than Kyrie. I wouldn't trade him for. I still trade him for guys like Damian Lillard or Steph Curry, if you don't need Joel Embiid's rebound and blocks, right? I think those 2 guys are gonna be better for the rest of the season. I would absolutely trade him for Anthony Davis. if the Anthony Davis been underperforming huge this season. I think he's gonna be better than Joel Embiid. But 38 points here, 11 rebound, just really strong, high efficiency. He's gonna be in the MVP conversation this season. Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll be a top 5 player. We don't know. But for now, I don't know. I think he's gonna fall off. Right now he's just trying to prove everybody, right? But once he starts hearing that, hey, MVP, he either might continue or he might slow down, because what matters to this Sixers team is to be successful in the playoffs, right? That's also I worry about AD, right? He's done it. He won a championship. He's not trying that hard in the regular season anymore. Tobias Harris, just ridiculous efficiency. The Sixers as a team they shot 55%, so I don't know what's gone into them. Seth Curry came back, just high efficiency again, while Shake Milton played 18. You can't forget. If you somehow sold high on Shake Milton, congrats. As long as Seth Curry is playing, yeah. Ben Simmons, yeah. All the guys on the Sixers had a huge game. Ben Simmons, 15 points, 11 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, 70% from the field. While Danny Green, you can only 24 minutes. Well, we'll see. If he's getting 24 minutes every single night, yeah, you can forget about him. But it might just be a blowout. So he didn't really play that high minutes. And, he's been playing high minutes in the past week or so with those guys out. So you still want to roster Danny Green, see what happens. And then let's move on to the next game. The Miami Heat is still without Jimmy Butler, so they got blown out. Both teams, the playoff teams last year got, pretty deep runs. They're both struggling. Kelly Olynyk, 20 minutes, that's one thing. Just the minutes are, even without Jimmy Butler, the minutes are inconsistent. He's inconsistent. You still want to hold on to him. Some nights he will pop off. The upset is there, I think. Kelly Olynyk, obviously, it's a rough game. Still got you 2 steals though. So Duncan Robinson, even without Jimmy Butler and what's his name, Tyler Hero, with so many usage opening up, he didn't really do much because he can't get those 3 off. Right, the fact that he only attempted 6 threes, that means Raptors doing a good job on him. Bam, Raptors really bothered them. Now the guys had a good game. Other than Kendrick now, yeah, you must roster Kendrick now. He's been playing so well. Maybe Coach Spoelstra realized, hey, maybe Kendrick now is good. Let's play him more, because he wasn't getting any minutes, right? Maybe you just keep him, right? I understand Jimmy Butler is out, but Jimmy Butler is not gonna take. Like Gabe Vincent. When Jimmy Butler comes back, this guy Gabe, it's just I think he might just get those DNPs, and Kendrick Nunn maybe gonna get 25 minutes, and in 25 minutes he could be useful. We don't know. We'll see. The Heat really need Jimmy Butler and all those guys back, and on the Raptors side. It's good to see them get a win. Kyle Lowry was out due to a foot injury, playing high minutes, and he's old. And if they keep losing, I'll be worried about Kyle Lowry. And Norman Powell. If Lowry gonna miss some time, you want to grab Norman Powell. His high efficiency scoring is back. He really struggled this season, so you might maybe stream him, see what happens. Fred VanVleet struggled shooting the ball, but 7 assists and 2 steals is good enough. OG, 2 steals, 21 points. OG's been playing pretty well, give you high scoring games. He's going to be a top 50 player moving forward due to his high steal and high block, and some blocks, and good efficiency. Numbers, Pascal Siakam grabbed you 14 rebounds, but nothing else. Aaron Baines got 23 minutes, 2 steals and 2 blocks, but Aaron Baines has been getting 15 minutes or 10 minutes a game, while Chris Boucher got 20. Yeah, this is the worry I have with Boucher. They played Bam Adebayo, so pretty much like they play like they're handful of teams in the league, right? If they play Joel Embiid, they play Karl Anthony Towns, they play the Lakers. Chris Boucher is not gonna get 30 minutes, but if they play the Lakers, no. But if they play the Atlanta Hawks, they play the Charlotte Hornets, right? They play the Chicago Bulls, they play the Washington Wizards. Chris Boucher is going to go off getting 2010. So his value is just really, if you can trade him for top 25 guy, you obviously do it. but his upside is really high. If he gets 30 minutes, block you 3 shots, 20-10, but he's gonna be inconsistent. I think he's gonna be a headache to own. You cannot drop him, obviously. Nobody else on the Raptors that interesting. And let's move on to the next team. Oh my God, there's so many games. Let's do it quickly. Atlanta Hawks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh boy, I would try to sell high on Clint Capella and Trae Young. You know, Cam Reddish did come back, and Gallinari did come back, but they played pretty low minutes, and it's like they did not play with the starters, right? They came off the bench, and Bogdanovic obviously is still out, and DeAndre Hunter also came back. Got you 4 steals, Jesus Christ. I am selling high on all the Atlanta Hawks guys. I'm selling high on DeAndre Hunter. If anybody can sell you a top 50 or 60 guy, DeAndre Hunter, let's see who you can target, right? I don't think he's going to shoot this high, and his role on this team, he's going to have like bad games. It's just not here yet, but he will. I would honestly trade him for Jordan Clarkson, I think. And I would trade him for, who should I trade for? Like, I think a guy like Malik Beasley. Obviously, Malik Beasley, low field goal, right? But I think Malik Beasley going to give you more stuff. Other than the field goal, Malik Beasley going to give you more, like, pretty much every single category compared to DeAndre Hunter. Because there's too many guys on this team. I would absolutely trade him for guys like LaMelo Ball or Tyrese Halliburton, right? All those guys are kind of waiver guys to start off the season. So if LaMelo Ball struggles, I would try to make that trade DeAndre Hunter for him, right? Just and Trae Young, I mean, he's good, but still no steals here. Just shot the ball incredibly well, the past 2 games. I think he's gonna average around 25 points and 9 assists, but everything else is not gonna be there. Maybe high free throw. Yeah, those 3 things. Kevin Huerter, you can't forget about him, and I would try to sell Clint Capella. He grabbed 19 rebounds and 10 blocks. What is going on? And 13 points. I would try to sell. Who did they play also? They played they played the freaking Timberwolves. So try to sell high on everybody. This game doesn't really matter because they played the Timberwolves, the worst team in the NBA. I don't know who Clint Capella blocked 10 shots from. It's crazy. Right, Gallinari and Cam Reddish, they're gonna get higher minutes. So pretty much everybody, other than Trae Young, clear the clear first option. Everybody else is gonna be up and down. I am sure of it. And Bogdanovic is still up. And on the Timberwolves side, the worst team in the NBA, Vanderbilt and Naz Reid, you can stream both guys until Cat comes back. And Atlanta, they gave out a lot of stocks as well. Like Naz Reid had a huge game, 4 blocks and a steal. It's also because of the fact they played the Atlanta Hawks, right? Jared Vanderbilt, yeah, it's fine. Malik Beasley only 25 minutes because it's a blowout. The highest guy is like 25 minutes. D'Angelo Russell struggled this game, had 4 personal fouls and also a blowout. You can buy low on him if the owner. He's been playing pretty well with the absence of Ricky Rubio and just not enough. Anthony Edwards continues to struggle. Just forget it. Just drop all those guys. Forget about them. The Dallas Mavericks and San Antonio Spurs. Dallas got the win. Luka Doncic, 36 points. He's going to average 30, 10, 10. Yeah, right. Those 3 categories, it's fine. It's the other categories that are worrying. It's his efficiency from the field and from the free throw line. It's his steals and blocks. He had a 2 steal, 4 blocks game. After that, he did not have a single block. So that's the worry with him. But everything else is he can continue. Porzingis, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. Yeah, Porzingis is gonna be strong, top 20 player due to his 2 blocks, right? He's in terms of block, he's a mini version of Miles Turner, but everything else is better than Miles Turner. Obviously, Tim Hardaway Jr. 21 points. He only give you points and threes. And interestingly, they've been starting their rookie Josh Green. The Mavs are they're really short rotation because a couple guys were out, and James Johnson, you can stream him even though he's a horrible minus 15, but he'll give you some steals and blocks and some rebounds. So if you need those, you can stream him until those guys come back. On the Spurs side, DeRozan, 29 points, really strong. Keldon Johnson bounced back in a big way, right? Like I would trade DeAndre Hunter for Keldon Johnson for sure. before this game because Keldon Johnson struggled for a few games. LaMarcus Aldridge, he still got it, 26.9 rebounds. Yeah, he's gonna be inconsistent this season. He's gonna have some random games scoring 6 points, and then he wanted to prove everybody, hey, he still got it against his Mavericks team. 18 shot attempts, good. 9 rebound, good. A block, good. Good efficiency, 26 points. Still hold on to him for sure. He's gonna be a top 80, top 90 guy, I think. Dejounte Murray got hurt, so they're gonna be some usage open up. Mainly goes to Patty Mills, so you can stream Patty Mills until Dejounte. It's not that serious ankle injury, so we just hope he can come back quickly. Not quickly. I mean, I would honestly just hope, hey, just heal up, miss a week, heal up and come back. You don't want him to come back and get hurt again. That's the worst. DeRozan obviously really strong. And nobody else on the stream Patty Mills. Nobody else on the Spurs is that interesting. Let's move on to the next game. The Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. Denver got the win. Woo. Huge win for Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. came back. He's on a minute restriction because he did get COVID. He's young, so it's fine. In 20 minutes, 6 rebounds is nice. He's gonna grab you a decent amount of rebounds, 7-8 rebounds, I believe. And he's gonna give you 17, 18 points. I see no problem with that. Maybe 20. We just have to see if his usage and give you steals and blocks, right? And efficient. I think honestly, I think Michael Porter Jr. can be a top 30 guy. I believe that. Jamal Murray, 19 shot attempts, really good game. Like 18, 9, 3 steals and block from Jamal Murray. Well, Jokic took 27 shots. Jesus Christ, 31 points, 10 rebounds. Jokic would be like, hey, I have to do it. If we want to win, I gotta take 20 shots. 8 assists, 3 steals. Jokic is a monster. I do worry if you can trade him for like who is gonna be top 3? I don't know actually. There is no clear in the past years. AD and Harden they're clear 1 and 2. They're both struggling at the moment. I don't know if I trade Jokic for a sell high. I think he's gonna fall off a little bit, but I can't think of anybody you want to trade Jokic for, to be honest, at this moment. Paul Millsap and Will Barton still play 32 minutes, but not too interesting either guys. While Monty Morris still played 30 minutes. If Monty Morris played 30 minutes every game, you definitely want to keep him on your roster. On the Phoenix Suns side, Mika Bridges, Jesus, oh boy, 40 minutes, 24 points, just completely went off. I think he's going to be a top 40 guy due to just such high efficiency and steals and blocks. And the scary thing is he hasn't been giving you those steals. So when those steals come, it's going to be scary, right? 1 steal, 1 block, 10 rebound, yeah, monster. Monster game from him. DeAndre Ayton, he picked it up. I called him a bust. Maybe he heard me. He watches Moon Dust channel. Been having huge games. 11 for 13, 27 points, 17. Hey, no worries. Devin Booker. I mean, on the surface, he had a really good game, and when he is having a really good game, he only gives you 5 assists. So that's the worry with him. While Chris Paul also had a huge game, got you 1 steal, 15 assists. No worries there, 11 points. He'll be better shooting the ball. But I just don't know if Chris Paul will be a top 25, 30 guy like he was every single season in his career. He might just be a top 40 guy this season, just low scoring. I'm just waiting for his steal to come back. Maybe if he's getting 1.7, 1.8 steals, he'll be a second round guy. But for now, yeah, hopefully the steals will come back. But the Suns team, fantasy wise, a lot of like Mika Bridges, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, those guys, they're all top 40, top 50 guys. So really scary stuff from them. And OKC and Lakers, Clippers, OKC got blown out again. Right, it wasn't really close. Shea wanted his revenge. 30 huge game, 30 points, 8 assists, 2 steals. Good efficiency. And with who is out? What's his name? Al Horford out. Isaiah Roby started. You can stream him until Horford come back, whenever that's going to be. And Darius Bazley still struggled. I think the coach after the game said something like in the bubble, right? While Bazley was going off, his role is pretty clear. Just defend and stand in the corner. So maybe he's struggling because they're trying to mix things up for him a little bit, trying to make him I don't know, set more picks and stuff like that, so he's struggling. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with you dropping this guy, to be honest. The minutes are there, and he's block. He's a pretty good blocks guy. He will occasionally go off, but if your team is struggling, you want to drop him. I'm okay with it. But who you're gonna pick up on the waiver wire is the question, right? I think again, a guy like Wendell Carter Jr. is better than him at the moment. We don't know. We'll see. Luke Dort shot the ball pretty well, yeah. George Hill, 30 minutes, pretty empty line. And on the Clippers side, Paul George, every time I look over, he shot over 50%. That is not going to continue. I guarantee you that. So if you can trade a guy like who is struggling, right? You trade him for James Harden, right? Trade him for Steph Curry. Trade him for Anthony Davis. Trade him for, all those guys. You can make a trade for, because all those guys are better than Paul George. I'm pretty sure. Just the high level of shooting. The volume is not there this season, right? I mean, OKC, he was averaging 20 shots. He's not going to average this many shots because Clippers are pretty deep, I think. And his steal rate is low. So, he was a plus 17. Wow. PG. One thing to think about is he had such a playoff performance. He wanted to prove everybody. Kawhi Leonard, 21. Yeah, Kawhi is going to be a top 5 guy for sure. 3 steals and total. His defensive numbers has been really scary this year. Both guys, they are on revenge this season. They want to get back. They want to beat the Lakers, shut everybody up. Serge Ibaka had a huge game, but it's against the OKC. 7 for 8, 17 and 11. Patrick Beverley had a bad game, but you can't stream him for those for the other numbers. And also they did play OKC, so it's expected that everybody plays well, to be honest. And the last game, the Knicks lost to the Kings. Oh boy, Randall 35 minutes again. I mean, I'm not worried about RJ Barrett playing high minutes because he's young. 21 points. RJ has been really strong. But if you can trade him, if someone wants RJ Barrett, you can trade him, right? He can lose you 2 categories in 1 week, right? He will go for like 5 for 10 from the free throw line. It could happen any moment, and he lose you the free throw category. Julius Randle 10 for 11 from the free throw line. What is this? It's 15 rebound. No defensive stats. I would trade for Randle. Trade for him for a top 40 guy. Like I would trade him for 100%. Even though I think Sabonis is gonna also playing high minutes, but I would trade him for DeRozan. I would trade for him for all those guys. I would trade him for even guys like Mika Bridges. Obviously, they give you very different stuff. I trade for him for Kyle Lowry. I would trade for Brandon Ingram. Right, all those guys, they are, I think, moving forward on a per game basis, they're gonna be better than Julius Randle. Mitchell Robinson played 20 minutes, only 1 block, no steals, but good efficiency, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, that's what getting a new coach would do to a player. Mitchell Robinson has been huge all season. Elfrid Payton played 31, while Emmanuel, you can't drop Emmanuel quickly. Pretty, got 3 blocks, interestingly, but you want to drop it. It's just not enough upside at this point. Nerlens Noel played 19 minutes. Give me 1 steal, yeah. It's you can roster him. You can roster Nerlens Noel, give me those defensive stats. And the last team we want to talk about is the Sacramento Kings. Harrison Barnes bounced back, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 21 points. Yeah, he had a rough 2 games period, but that's when he needs it, he played the New York Knicks. Huge game from him. Marvin Bagley's been playing quite well lately, and the minutes are up. So if your team needs points and rebound, you can probably just keep him, right? Not versus stream him. But if your team don't need those, you can stream him because he doesn't really give you anything else. Richaun Holmes continued 6 blocks. Damn, these centers are just putting up huge block numbers. 10 points, 14 rebounds, nothing else. Buddy Hield, disappointing season. De'Aaron Fox, 22, 7, 1-1. While Tyrese Halliburton, I hope somehow you bought low on this guy. 2 steals and 4 blocks. It's like LaMelo Ball. They're both rookies, so some nights, and like Chris Boucher, some nights he's going to play 20 minutes, not give you anything. And with 30 minutes, sometimes you just pop off versus the New York Knicks. So good game from him. And that's it for all the games. I will do another one tomorrow while Josh Lord is taking his time off. Bye, guys.